2 years ago, on Valentine's Day, Bryan and Marj MENCHENTON came together after 15 years of separation. A marriage that began in 1984, but was nearly destroyed by pornography addiction, Bryan, and anger issues. A lot of baggage from the past dragged into this marriage, and I want to come back to that. But I am a little in awe of God's ministry into this crisis. Bryan, what happened?
Well, like I said, I had been involved in some counseling. I got some, I was involved in men's group as well, Celebrate Recovery for a while. And these things brought some kind of help, but the main thing that happened that got me the true breakthrough that brought me freedom was one morning over 2 years ago, I woke up with these words, treat porn as a behavioral problem. And I knew exactly what that meant because Jesus said the same thing to the woman who was caught in adultery. Go and sin no more. So I knew that I needed to make a behavioral change. I needed to stop looking at porn. I had been focusing on inner healing. I figured that was where I was going to get the breakthrough. And I needed to do some of that. It was true. But I also needed to change my behavior. I needed to stop doing that. And so I made the choice. I'm not looking at porn anymore. And by God's grace, I've been able to stop doing that. And now when I have inner issues or whatever, past, present, I bring them to the Lord. So it's made a real huge difference.
You know, Titus 2:12 comes to mind immediately. Say no to ungodliness.
Exactly.
It says just stop, which might not be easy for some. And you'd had false starts. You know, it's like quitting smoking for many people. It takes a lot of tries. And Marj, you were reluctant to even believe that this was for real because of those false starts and broken promises.
Yeah, but that day he gave me a gift on Valentine's Day, actually 2 years ago. And it was a necklace, a little silver chain with a heart and a key on it. And he said, I'm giving you the key to my heart. And at that point, I just felt that was genuine and that he was opening his heart up to me.
And it wasn't really just the necklace.
No,
the Lord was speaking to you.
Yes, he did. He told me, I felt that he was saying, it's okay, you can trust him, like this time sort of thing. Yeah, because, and so that made all the difference. So when he gave me the gift, I was able to receive it because he was giving me his heart, opening his heart to me and connecting with me in a way he had never really been able to before.
There's the key.
Yeah.
You hadn't been able to. You know, the thought I have, and wish we had more time, but you didn't know each other very long before you married. A little 6-week courtship or engagement, something
About
like
6
that.
weeks, yeah.
And what would you say to couples thinking about marriage or maybe even, you know, they have some time logged in this wonderful thing called marriage? Baggage, we all bring something.
That's right.
And it's really impossible to know it all ahead of time. What would you say? What would your counsel be?
Well, I think that I would say, you know, of course, get premarital counseling, and also say, well, also book an appointment at that time to come back a year later and to talk about what's going on, because these things only come out when you actually live the marriage.
Exactly.
You can't predict them ahead of time, and then you can deal with them, because we all need to deal with that baggage from coming from different backgrounds. So.
I think it's important for viewers to hear, too, that for both of you, Marj, you know, alone and having chosen to separate, and Bryan struggling to find healing for your addiction through that long journey, 15 years, you both experienced God in a richer way than you ever had before. You might have felt outcast and out of God's best place, but God was ministering to both of you in your brokenness.
Yes, always working on bringing us back together, but it just took a very long time and a lot of things to work out. It was a long journey.
How is your marriage different today from the first round?
Oh, well, we really have a healthy marriage now. We love each other. You know, we have a chance now to start all over again with the same person. I mean, how amazing is that? You know, so it's just great. It's like we have a brand new marriage now.
You're a walking Valentine.
We're like each other's best friend
Yeah.
now, and
Yeah.
just a really good marriage. And he shows his love in many ways, which is wonderful.
You're almost blushing there, Marge.
Maybe it's the lights.
You too exemplify these words of Emmett Fox. I'm just going to read a portion of his quote. There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer, no disease that love will not heal, no door that enough love will not open. It makes no difference how deep set the trouble, how hopeless the outlook, how muddled the tangle, how great the mistake. You doubt that? Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Thank you. For having
Happy
us.
Valentine's Day.
Thank
Same
you.
to you.